What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. This is a Sunday afternoon, a sleepy Sunday afternoon live stream. Just got done eating some lunch. We went to the park, walked around a lot. It's been a fun day. And I was debating about taking a nap or playing some Shadows of the Empire. And you know when you, oh look, Shadows of the Empire crashed. All right, cool. Let me bring it up. You know how when you just feel that itch to play a game? I got that itch to play this game right now. So, welcome to the stream, one and all. Let me turn up my volume. Hopefully there's no hiccups. When it comes to games that I've streamed on this channel, there is no game that I've streamed. Well, okay, so the game that I've streamed the most, obviously, is Battlefront 2, right? But a very, very close second is Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire is, it's not a close second, but it's definitely second for sure. Wow, this stream is very, very delayed, isn't it? This is a really delayed stream. Weird. That might have been like 30 plus seconds. Interesting. But yeah, guys, welcome. Little Shadows of the Empire action this evening, or this afternoon, rather. It's Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and I will be hanging out with you guys for probably about an hour of Shadows of the Empire. I've probably beaten this game, I don't know, a dozen times on live streams in this channel's existence. I never get sick of it. It's the game. It's like one of my all-time favorite Star Wars games. I got it Christmas of 1996, and, you know, it's always a blast. But let's get into it. Oh, no, am I going to have to change my... Let's see. Let's see if I'm going to have to change my controller settings here. Always something, right? With these old games.
We need to give our transports time to escape. Take out those Imperial
yep,
probe
Dan,
droids.
I have,
Careful not to
you
shoot
know
our
what? Let me
turret.
turn down my game volume way lower. All right. Is that too low? That's probably way too low, isn't it? Okay, there we go. It looks like the controls are okay. I always have to, like, reset them for whatever reason every time I launch the game. After a while, it seems. Oh, the game is way too quiet now. All right, let me fix that. I don't know why the, all right. Let me see if that's better. Maybe it's better. Oh my god, and the game crashed again. This is a great start. So, for whatever reason, Shadows of the Empire, if I minimize it and try to launch it, every once in a while it will crash. Like, you got one good minimize before the game crashes. But luckily it starts up really quick and we can jump back into it. But, alright, here we go.
We need to give our transports time to escape. Take out those Imperial
Yep,
probe droids.
and speaking of Battlefront 2004, somebody mentioned it. Who was that? Where did the chat go? Oh, Dan. Yep, Dan, I do have Battlefront 2004. Got it on Steam. I've streamed it maybe once or twice. For whatever reason, you know, when it first came out, I didn't really play it that much. I played Battlefront 2, the second one. Whoa, I thought there was only one. Or, three. So, I didn't really play the first one that much. I enjoyed it.
These ATSTs should be no
But I think
problem for our blasters.
why is the volume way too loud for you guys? Let me know. It might be, I don't understand why, like, no matter what I do, it's just like the same volume. It's strange. But yeah. To all my fellow Americans, what do you guys have planned for the Super Bowl Sunday, huh? Who here likes Dark Forces 1 and 2? I have only played Dark Forces 1. I have fond memories of playing that growing up. And I've actually streamed that, and you... Sorry. You probably know this. I've streamed that quite a bit on this channel as well. The volume's fine. Okay, cool.
Try using your harpoon and tow cables on the ATSTs.
It's not loud for you.
Over
That's
the
really
way. This might
strange.
be our only chance of stopping them.
On my screen, it shows that it's like peaking at the red. And it's extremely loud. The key to this beginning is just pumping the brakes, being patient, firing a ton of rounds into all these. Here we go.
Good shot. Tow cable attached.
And speaking about the original Battlefronts, I didn't really play either of them that much. Not as much as a lot of other people. I mean, to tell you the truth, I probably put maybe like 10 hours into both, if that. You know, the first one came out in 2004. The second one came out in 2005, right? I think. Could be wrong. But both of them came out at a time when I was heavily into, like, Counter-Strike. I was making my own Counter-Strike maps and hosting my own Counter-Strike servers. And, you know, that was my gaming life for a very long time. And for whatever reason, you know, even Star Wars games slipped me by a little bit. They didn't hold my interest as much as, like, the interest of me making my own Counter-Strike maps did, which is still one of my favorite, still one of my favorite gaming memories, you know, making it. Oh, whoa, there we go. Oh. Nice! Ant Shot First, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of this Shadows of the Empire Sunday. Maybe I should make Shadows of the Empire Sunday a thing from now on. I dig it. But Ant Shot First, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. I hope you're having a good Sunday. I never thought it through when I asked you to play Battlefront. Dude, I'm on PS4. Channel is going well, though. Getting regular viewers after just a couple weeks. Again, man, thanks for inspiring me. Nice. That's good to hear. That's extremely positive, and that's great, man. You know, it's such a really strange feeling, right? You know, you put your things out there, and then it's like just people discovering it, right? Maybe you're not like doing heavy self-promotion, which is good. You know, I like that organic growth. I know people. Oh, I killed myself. I know people who have taken like advertisements out on Facebook and stuff like that to promote their channel. Actually, you know what? I think I did that. Now that I think about it, I think I took an advertisement out on Facebook, like when I uploaded my first or second video. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I feel like or maybe I just looked into it. Anyway, that's a conversation for another time, I suppose. But yeah, man, I don't have a PS4, unfortunately. I have an Xbox that is basically just a Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player, and occasionally I'll fire it up just to see what games are available on sale or something like that if anything piques my interest. But yep, I primarily play on the PC. I always get very ambitious when I get a new console, right? I'm gonna sit down on the couch and play some games on this console. I bought it. It's gonna be fun. No, not really. I just end up playing my PC, you know. But anyway, I'm glad the channel's going well, man. Best of luck to you. It's a fun adventure for sure. And I think you got the right attitude, you know, just have fun. That's what it's all about. Just have fun, make the things that you want to make, feel no pressure to talk about certain subjects or just, you know, as always, make what you want to make. And that's what it's all about, man. But I appreciate the kind words and the channel support this sleepy Sunday afternoon. Super Bowl Sunday afternoon. YouTube really must dislike me. Oops. Never inform me of HG's streams. Sapity, I do not understand it, man. Most people don't get notified that I'm streaming. I don't know why. I don't know if something changed. I don't really understand how it all works. All I do is click go live, and then some people show up. I don't know what happens between me clicking going live and all the other stuff between me and you guys. So I wish it notified everybody, all subscribers. That'd be cool. That would be pretty crazy. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't. I know there's a bell now, right? There's been a bell for a couple of years that people need to click to get notified. I don't know how that works either. I am the worst informed YouTuber in the history of YouTube. Oh, Ryan Harp, thank you so much, man. Give me 1 sec. Let me get in position to knock out these wampas. I don't know why I end up killing them or want to kill them. It's just a fun chance to just shoot my blaster and over and over and over and over and over and over again. There we go. Cool. Ryan Harp, thank you so much for the channel support this evening, or this afternoon, rather. Ryan says, I enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker. I enjoyed The Mandalorian. I enjoyed Sorry About the Mess. Star Tours with The Rise of Skywalker is great. Oh, nice. Rise of the Resistance is awesome. Wrote it today. God, you're always there, man. That's awesome. It's all fine now. I'm fine. How are you? Nice. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed Rise of Skywalker, man. And I didn't even think about Rise of Skywalker content for Star Tours. I think we've talked about this before. I personally like Star Tours more than that Millennium Falcon ride. It just kind of, I don't know why. It's not nostalgia. It's just a more fun ride to me. It's more of a ride. I don't know. But I really want to go on Rise of the Resistance. That looks like an absolute blast. So much so that like I've seen a lot of videos posted about the ride. I've seen people like that have recorded the entire line and recorded the entire ride, and I've been avoiding all of that stuff because, you know, I don't want to get spoiled. I want to experience the ride for myself next time I'm able to go down to Disney. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed all that stuff, man. Yeah, yeah, that's great, and I appreciate you enjoying the book. I'm glad you enjoyed the little silly things that I wrote. But yeah, The Mandalorian is. I was on a podcast last week, and as soon as he uploads it, I'll post the link for everybody to see on Twitter and everything. We talked about The Mandalorian a little bit, and how it's just kind of universally, for the most part, loved, or at least people enjoy it more so than a lot of the other modern Star Wars stuff. And I said it's because, or one of the reasons, maybe just because it's very simple. You know, it's extremely simple. There's not much to it. It is a very simple story. Not a lot of, things to dissect, I suppose. It's pretty straightforward, you know. So you got something like The Last Jedi and then something like The Mandalorian. In my opinion, they're pretty different, right? But yeah. Anyway, Ryan, I appreciate that, man. And you are always at the old Disney. That's awesome. Here we go. All right. Using an emulator or actual N64? Actually, Titan. I do have my N64 in the garage still. With this game, actually, I think this game or either Rogue Squadron is in the console, actually. But no, I'm playing this on Steam. I got it on Steam a while ago. And how do I crouch on this control? And I'm on Steam and I'm using an Xbox controller, an Xbox One S controller. I don't know if there's a difference, but yeah. So yeah, it can be a little with an Xbox controller in this game, you kind of have to, I don't know if you guys are familiar with kind of Steam and controllers and stuff like that. A lot of people have mapped out their own layout for a lot of games, and you can actually apply other people's controller layouts that they've saved and uploaded for people to use, and you can download or like select those, and then you're pretty set. You don't have to go through the headache of doing it yourself. So that's what I did. I applied somebody else's controller layout and settings to the Xbox controller, and it works pretty well. The only thing is there's no like action or like open button like for these doors and stuff like that. At least that I can tell. I don't know, maybe there is one, but I haven't been able to figure it out. But I'll show you. Well, actually, I'm going to mash some buttons and see if I can actually get it to work for this. Let's see. So, nope, that's sidestep. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that. Y is to open. I've been hitting my my space bar. Interesting. One sec, Matthew. Nice. There we go. Matthew Fernandez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this afternoon, man. On this Sunday Shadows of the Empire live stream. Boom.
The power has been restored.
All right, cool.
Find your way to the ship.
Matthew Fernandez says, "Hey, Greedo, with Revan returning to canon, is he? In prospect of Knights of the Old Republic maybe getting a sequel/remake, could we see old EU characters such as Kyle Katarn, Dash Rendar return in their games in some way?" Yeah, I wouldn't leave anything off the table for that kind of stuff happening. Is Revan actually coming back into canon, or is that just a rumor? Obviously, take all that kind of stuff with a huge grain of salt if it's not an official announcement, right? But, yeah, I wouldn't discount any of those characters coming back, or not coming back. I would think that, Kyle Katarn or Dash Rendar, sure. I mean, maybe there's more stories to tell. I personally would want new characters, new characters, new scenarios, new stories. A lot of the stuff, I guess, especially with Katarn, and the Death Star and all that kind of stuff, not necessarily the canon anymore, as we all know. So I don't necessarily know. Maybe he would be doing something different. They would completely retcon his entire existence to fit with modern canon, which I'd be fine with. But personally, the idea of Revan is canon only by name. Oh, interesting. This is the first I've heard of this. So yeah, for me, man, like I personally, the idea of bringing some of those characters back, as much as I like them, as much as I like the games that they're in and whatnot, I would rather have brand new stories told with brand new characters, So, yeah. But that being said, I would not put it past them to maybe make some new games or stories or even comics with some of the characters that that we know and love from the past. But yeah, I mean, what would you guys want personally? And that's how you get rid of an ATST in Shadows of the Empire. Nice. But I appreciate that, Matt. Man, sorry guys. Yeah, so Matt, I've played a little bit of the first Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know if I've ever, I owned back in the day, I remember owning the second Knights of the Old Republic. But again, those games came out when I was like heavily into Counter-Strike and all that kind of stuff. And making my own maps. So, and at that time in my life, I wasn't really that into RPGs. I had to be like, I don't know, it had to really, really catch my attention or keep me interested. And for whatever reason, I was, still to this day, I'm more drawn to multiplayer games. Single player games, are very hit or miss for me. I like the interaction. I like the competition. I like the community. I like the social aspect of playing with my friends. So, single player games, RPGs, even if they're great, I have a hard time getting into for the most part. I don't know why. I've always had that issue, but, I don't know. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon as well, man. February 2nd, 2020, Decade Movie Recommendation Part 1. Okay, here we go. The Man from Nowhere. I can't minimize this stream. Let me see. The Man from Nowhere. If I minimize Shadows of the Empire, there's like a 50-50 chance that it will crash. The Man from Nowhere. South Korean action thriller film. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of this. Okay. A retired special agent forges an unlikely bond with his neglected young neighbor and vows to bring the girl back home safely after she's kidnapped by violent criminals. Interesting. Okay. All right. So, Vince. Oh, which way do I go now? The camera spun me. I guess I'll go through here. Isn't there a... Not that I need it or care. Now I'll leave it alone. Whatever. I'll get it because I got that other one earlier. And watch me die a very steep death here. Oh, I hit the wrong button. All right, so that's your decade movie recommendation for the 2010s. The Man from Nowhere. Interesting. All right, I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind. We've been watching. We haven't watched a movie. Well, I watched Ad Astra recently, but we've just been kind of binge watching Manhunt. I don't know if you've seen Manhunt, Vince, but dude, it's so good. It's so good. I think we have 4 episodes left in the second season. My wife was telling me that the third season is kind of up in the air. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they'll end up doing it. Why can't I hit this guy? I'm sure they'll end up doing it, but I guess it's just up in the air right now. I haven't looked into it whatsoever, but it's a really great show. I want to look into the actual the historic accuracy of it. You know, obviously these shows play a lot of with a lot of kind of creative license, right? Especially with a show like that, they'd probably make it a lot more exciting than it actually was, you know. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. You guys didn't like Ad Astra? I loved it so much. Like, my wife was out of town, and I just rented it, and I like sci-fi. I like heady sci-fi, and I was expecting something like that. It kind of blew me away, to tell you the truth. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So much so that after the movie was done, I stayed up like an extra hour and just sat on the back porch, and I was thinking about the movie and what I liked about it, and had some beers, and just kind of sat out back. And no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I did. I've heard a lot of people didn't like it. I think I brought it up in my critic versus audience score video, and how I said, you know, whenever I see a movie on Rotten Tomatoes and other websites, I guess, and I see an audience score that's really low and a critic score that's really high, I generally will go, oh, okay, that sounds like something that I'll like then. I don't know why. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of parts to it that were kind of meh, but overall, I enjoyed it. Okay, here we go. Get that challenge point, I suppose. Did I get this challenge point too? I never go after challenge points. I've just played this game so many times, I just mow through it. It's a very, very short game if you just mow through it. Probably beat it in like an hour and a half if I really buckled down and focused. Maybe 2 hours, maybe a little longer than that, but there we go. Another challenge point, why not? Why not another challenge point? If I can hit it. There we go. God. Nice. Let's switch to... Oh, there we go. Boom. Couldn't remember which button it was. Come on. Seven more. As a fan of Boba, I hope he isn't in The Mandalorian. I'm with you. Absolutely. 100% with you. The idea of bringing Boba Fett into The Mandalorian, which is such a nice, like, self-contained story with new characters. Yeah, the idea of, like, bringing Boba Fett in there is so dumb to me. I really, yeah. I don't think they'll end up doing that, but, yeah. It doesn't interest me whatsoever to do that. Nathan, it came out on the N64 in 1996. But I'm playing it on the, I'm playing it on Steam. I'm playing it on the PC. And I always say this whenever I play this game, man, on the PC. It completely blows me away that I, for the most part, run this game without any issue whatsoever. You know, 24 years later, you know. 24 years later, I'm able to play this on a live stream. Look at that. I got all 6 challenge points, and I finished it in the same exact time that I finished it last time I played it. Interesting. So, yeah, it blows me away, man, that I can play this game 24 years later on a live stream for people to watch, and it runs great, and it looks good, too. I mean, you guys know, you play video games, right? So, a lot of the times when you fire up an old game, there's so many issues with it. The port is horrible. The controllers are bad, and it's more of a pain to play it than it would be to not. And but Shadows of the Empire is very unique in that respect because, I mean, other than like the occasional crash that only happens when I minimize, the game is run so good. And yeah, it just kind of blows me away that 24 years later, I can still play it smooth as hell. And yeah, I don't know, just blows me away, man. What if they made another animated Star Wars movie? Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. I'd be very surprised if we never see one again. But yeah. And maybe not a full theatrical release, but I could absolutely see them making a Disney Plus animated release for sure. But yeah, it's all about the gameplay. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And that being said, with a lot of older games, I really have to, in order for me to want to play them or actually get into them 24 years later, I kind of have to have had played it back in the day, right? Like Republic Commando. I didn't play Republic Commando when it came out. I didn't play Republic Commando until, for the first time, about a little over a year ago, I would say. That was the first time I ever played it, and I couldn't really get into it. And I chalked that up to me not playing it when it first came out, and me not having that nostalgia for it. And that's not exclusive to that game. It's kind of how I feel a lot of the times if I play older games that I never played before, back in the day when they first came out, you know? So I'm sure a lot of you guys who never played Shadows of the Empire back in the day, if you try to fire this up, you might not like it as much as I do, just because of that reason. Could be wrong, but that's how I've always felt. Oh, Snatch. I haven't heard of that movie in a long time. That's a good movie. I personally liked Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels more than Snatch. But that's just me. I watched it a lot more than Snatch back in the day when it came out. Oh, which train do I need to be on? I can't remember. I probably made the wrong decision, right? I think this one goes into the water. Yeah, let me jump back over. I think. Could be wrong. I think this one goes into the water. Whee! Let's get that, and then jump back over. Make it awesome. Alright. Really? You've never seen this game, Isaac? Nice. This is not a good level to gauge what this game's all about. This is probably my least favorite level in the entire game. But yeah, it's a fun one. It's on Steam, man. I don't know how much it is, but if you've never played it, and you're at all curious about it, I think it's worth firing up. I've never seen Smallville, Vince. Never seen it. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. Oh no! I think I still have it on the... What's up? What's up, Mr. St. Jake? Yep, I still got it on the old N64. I actually have 2 copies of it because we have my wife's N64 down in the garage and my N64 down in the garage. We both had this game. So we have like multiple copies of the same games. And 2 N64s with 8 controllers. So, yeah. They're still in the... All of our gaming systems, other than the Xbox, still in the garage in a box from the move. I just haven't hooked them up yet. My plan, man, is to eventually get a TV for the loft. Today's probably a good day to look into TVs because of Super Bowl. A lot of sales. But eventually, we're probably going to get a TV for the loft, which is kind of my daughter's playroom. It is my daughter's playroom. Get a TV up there, plug in all the consoles, the Wii, the N64, and make a little gaming room for when she's a little older to play it, you know. But yeah. All right, make that jump when it levels out. Boom. Solar Flow. Yep. I have Pod Racer on... What is it? What is it called? Star Wars Racer, I think it's called. Yeah, I have it on the N64. It's down in that same box. Yeah, I remember playing it a little bit as a kid. But if I wanted Star Wars, I usually played this. I played a lot of Rogue Squadron too, but for whatever reason, it didn't hit me as much as Shadows of the Empire. I have Rogue Squadron on Steam as well. I can't, for whatever reason, I've been trying to get it to work, to stream it for like 2-3 years now. Whenever I try to stream it, it's impossible to minimize that game, for one, which if you guys know about streaming, it's very important to be able to minimize and select certain scenes and whatnot in order to stream. The game will not show up in my OBS recording software. It's like it doesn't exist as a window. I've been wanting to stream Rogue Squadron for years now.
Jump to the next turbo train.
For years, and I've never been able to get it to work. And a lot of people have the same issue. I have not been able to find a solution. Okay, that's the jump button. I had to remind myself. There we go.
Prepare for impact.
Prepare for impact. There we go. Our first HD TV bought 2006 Plasma was $1,500. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I bought our first I bought our first HD TV in now that I think about it. Let me pause this real quick. Oh, I found a discrepancy in my book. I'm just thinking about it right now, man. In the book, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it, I said that I bought my first HD TV. I know I bought my PS3 in like 2011 for the Star Wars Blu-rays. But I think I put in the book that I bought the TV around the same time. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that I bought that HD TV in 2008. I'm thinking about it now. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a discrepancy that nobody would ever catch, but I will because I know the history. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well. No, I know for a fact that I bought that TV like in 2008 or 2007. What was really interesting when I first bought that TV, you know, I didn't know anything about HD TVs. I knew nothing about HD TVs. I bought it and then I plugged it in and, you know, with the regular cable, and I was like, oh, this looks horrible. I was like, what? This doesn't look good at all. What's going on? I didn't research at all. I didn't know that you needed like a special package. I didn't know that there was anything. I thought you just plugged it in. Everything looks awesome, right? So I didn't know anything about like HDMI cords. I didn't know anything about, you know, getting a cable package with HD capabilities. I knew nothing about any of that stuff. So I bought an HD TV thinking you just plug it in. It looks awesome. But yeah. Yeah, HD's been around for a while. Longer than I bought mine, for sure. My parents bought their first HD TV a while before that even. Oh, yeah. We bought ours, dude, to the Saints going to the playoff that year. Nice. Yeah, that's a good reason to get one. Did Breeze come back at all this season? I don't remember. Did he come back after his injury? Oh, crap. Oops. Oops. There we go. Boom. Oh, you did. Okay. Okay. I always slip from the cliff in this mission. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple points in this level that you are basically on a slip and slide, man. You are on ice, it feels like. And there's not much you can do. I guarantee it's going to happen to me too. There's a certain like really wonky, I don't know, ramp. Not too far from where I am right now. I don't know how to look up with this control. How do I look up with this control? Can I look up with this control? Oh, nope. God. Mashing buttons on an Xbox control while playing an N64 game. Occasionally you'll just end up running off the side of the cliff. All right. It's very void. It's a very void game when you have the music turned off for copyright infringement reasons. Just a soul guy running through the desert, grunting when he jumps, right? There we go. Oh, it was after the buy. Okay. That's a lot sooner than I expected. So, can I look up with this control? I know looking up with these games has always been a weird kind of pain, because you always had to hit the yellow, one of the yellow buttons to be able to look up. But this, I don't know if it's possible to look up. Or down. I'll have to mash the buttons again and just figure it out when it's not possible for me to fall off a cliff. Do I need that health? Hum it for you. Dun 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 dun. No, 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 I am dead, falling off to my death. All right. Be a little more careful. Be a little more careful. No footsteps. Footsteps were beyond the capability of the Nintendo 64 in 1996. Want me to add those two? I think this is where the slip and slide usually gets me, I think. Or maybe it's the next corner. Okay, I just felt the slip and slide right there. I think it's this one. So I always take it very, very slow. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, right? I think it's this one. Oh, nice. Okay. There we go. Yeah, if you round some of those corners, you will just slip into the void. Awesome. Cool. Boom. Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the channel support once again, man. I greatly appreciate that on this Sunday Shadows of the Empire stream. Vince says, I think you said you played Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine on N64. Well, it's for sale on for PC on GOG. What does that stand for? Good old games, right? Good old games. Right now, oh my god, it's a nightmare. Let me look that up on my phone, because as I said, if I minimize this game, it will crash and burn. I think I said the only N64 or only Indiana Jones game that I've ever played, Infernal Machine. Okay, nope, I've never played this. I've never played this game. I believe the only Indiana Jones games I've ever played, there was one on the original Wii that I played a little bit of and I wasn't a big fan of. It felt very gimmicky because it utilized like a lot of the motion stuff with the original Wii, and it was very, very wonky. I played that, and there was I believe a side scroller on the Super Nintendo that I played. Yeah, I played the Super Nintendo Indiana Jones game, which was fun. So those two Indiana Jones games are I believe, the only Indiana Jones games that I've ever played. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Just looking at the screenshots and even the cover art, this doesn't look familiar whatsoever to me. You say it's a nightmare. Yeah, this doesn't look familiar at all. But something like that would actually be pretty fun to play on a stream. I might have to look into that. I'm going to keep this up on my phone, and maybe I'll just see how much it is on GOG, and if that's something that I'll watch some videos on it too, because it looks pretty cool. I honestly don't know if I knew this existed. But all right, I'll keep that in mind. I have it pulled up, and maybe I'll do it's been a while since I played a non-Star Wars game on a stream. I think the last one that I might have done that with was God, I don't even... PUBG, probably. PUBG was probably the last time I played a non-Star Wars game on a stream. And that was maybe, like, well over 2 years ago, I would say. Because I know for a fact that I never streamed it after my daughter was born. So, probably, like, 2 to 2.5 years ago. So, but, yeah, that would actually be kind of fun to play on a stream. I don't have the nostalgia for it, so that might kind of dampen the mood, my enjoyment of it, but you never know. All right, let's see. But I appreciate that, Vince. The last time was when you did morning streams. What's up, Stuart? Yeah, I know I've streamed. I used to stream PUBG a lot. And then I know I streamed like No Man's Sky when that first came out. But I don't know, I'm pretty sure I streamed not Event Horizon, Eternal, what is that game called? Elite Dangerous. I'm pretty sure I streamed that once. I don't know if I have any other games that I've streamed. I'm trying to think. Don't know. Yeah, Indiana Jones game would be pretty fun. It'd fit, right? Ah. Can't look up, so I'm relying on the auto aim. There we go. What was that hitting me? Nobody? Oh, one person. There we go. Get some health. Awesome, awesome.
Activate the computer.
Ah, about to get the old jetpack here. Mecha loot game. You know, if modding was easily and accessible on the old Battlefront and we could host our own servers, I'm sure somebody would make a Mecha Luke Shadows of the Empire mod. Alright, so what buttons do I... Oh, crap. I died. I can't remember what button to hit to activate my... there we go, jetpack. Jetpack. He's got a motherfucking jetpack. Alright, let's go to the top. I can't remember who told me the top has some secret stuff. Despite it not being important whatsoever. I always like flying up there. Let's go. Get a little challenge point. Got full health already. Get some pulse. Boom. Alright, jump. And fly. What Star Wars game has your favorite world design? Carl. Well, you know, my favorite Star Wars game of all time has my favorite world design, just because it's you are a part of the world and you get to make the world and you get to live in the world. It's Star Wars Galaxies. That's my favorite Star Wars game of all time. Yeah, it's just the reason that I love it so much, and I guess for the reason, like, for having the world or whatever, is because you as the player are in the game with thousands of other players. And you are living in the Star Wars universe. You're not just playing in the Star Wars universe. You can be a doctor. You could be an image designer. You could be a hairdresser in this game. You could be a dancer. You can also be a bounty hunter and a Jedi Knight if you wanted to put years into the game. You could become a Jedi eventually until they nerfed it. But yeah, Star Wars Galaxies. My favorite world, I suppose, in any Star Wars game, because it was up to you to create it, you know. But yeah. Oh, and Vince Wynn, thank you so much once again for the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that on this sleepy Sunday. Vince says, as a fan of the down and dirty aspects of Star Wars like Mando, would you like third-person shooter game like next rather than lightsaber/force? Gotta head out. Well, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in, man, and supporting the channel this afternoon. I appreciate the hell out of that. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And yes, the short answer to that question is yes. You know, I've said this often, but when I think of Star Wars, I don't necessarily think of lightsabers and force powers and Jedi even. What I think of instantly is blasters and X-Wings and smugglers and scoundrels. That's kind of my Star Wars, you know. So yeah, a game that focuses on that kind of stuff rather than, you know, Jedi is absolutely something that I want next, or in the not too distant future. Yeah, I would love something like that. You know, to have another Jedi game like Fallen Order, which I'd love. It's my favorite single-player game if I wipe away the nostalgia goggles. But that being said, like if they made another one, I would just be like, yeah, that's cool. You know, I'm gonna play it obviously, but I would love for a little bit of variety, a little bit of a little nod to those of us who just, you know, love us some smugglers and bounty hunters and scoundrels. You know, that kind of stuff to me is the meat and potato of what I love about Star Wars. But yeah. I like, we talk about it often, Vince, but kind of my dream Star Wars game is a very, very open world sure, let's go third person, that's fine. Open world game where you can kind of chart your own destiny. Sure, there can be a thread, a narrative thread that you have to follow or you can follow, but there's often, or there's as much like off the beaten path stuff. A Red Dead Redemption 2 Star Wars game where you, maybe there's no Jedi, right? I want them to make a game with no Jedi. And you are just living on Tatooine or wherever, and you're trying to make your own way, trying to figure out what to do. That to me is just a dream. It's a dream, and I hope one day we'll get something like that, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's your thing. If it's not, enjoy your Sunday evening. I am very excited for the Super Bowl. For multiple reasons. Because it's football, and I enjoy watching football, but also because we bought a ton of wings. They are currently drying out in the fridge. We put baking powder and salt on them, put them in the fridge for about 12 hours. Probably should have done it last night, have them drying out for 24 hours, but we were too lazy. And I got a bunch of different hot sauces and barbecue sauces to throw and toss the wings in. So wings, Super Bowl, I'm in. And also, it's got a bunch of beer to drink. So, will ever make a Mecha Luke 2? Yeah. I mean, eventually, probably. You know, I would say that something similar to Mecha Luke 2, I want to make. That was a very fun video to make for me because it was goofy. Oh crap! I forgot you touched that, you get hurt. It's a very goofy video. What's really funny to me, Stuart, is how bent out of shape a lot of people. I got sent so many like screenshots from Reddit threads and stuff. Like, HelloGreedo does not understand, you know, why we don't like Luke in The Last Jedi, and I'm sitting there like, this is a video where Luke Skywalker has mech armor. If you're thinking I'm serious, and this is like a jab at anybody who doesn't like Luke Skywalker in the movie, if you think that's what this video is, I mean, what the hell? You got to read into it. You got to really put some personal bias into thinking that way for that video to be interpreted that way, I think. I don't know. Yeah, Mecha Luke, I don't think is gone. Eventually, Mecha Luke will make a return. It'll be an out-of-the-blue kind of video. But yeah. Alright, let's see. This is a good spot. Oh, let me see. Okay, that's that camera. How do I... Oh, that guy should have died. How do I look up? Nope. No, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave the game. Okay. Can I look up? If I hit... I don't know if I can look up with this controller setup. That's a bummer. I guess you don't really need to. Okay. Let's jet up here first. Get some more ground. I guess I probably should get that health because I know there's a couple enemies up here. With my luck, they'll kill me. 14 health, that's not a good way to go about this. Okay. There we go. Am I gonna die here? Probably. Alright. I'm definitely gonna die here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. Find that health. Okay, cool. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon, man. I greatly appreciate that. Little Sunday Shadows of the Empire action. Oscar says, all this game brings back old memories along with Masters of Terrakasi, which is a dumb game in episode 1 for PS1. I never had, I never owned Masters. I know what it is, fighting game, if I remember correctly. And I never owned episode 1 for the PS1 because I never owned a PlayStation. The only PlayStation product I ever owned was a PS3. But Shadows of the Empire, man. You know, I got it in 96 when it first came out. I was 10 years old. And yeah, I just was obsessed with it. And I got it for that Christmas. I didn't ask for a Nintendo 64 for Christmas. My dad just thought it looked cool, and he decided to get it for me. Like I said, I didn't ask for it. I don't know why. I didn't really ask for much for Christmas and whatnot, but I got it, and I was blown away. Absolutely blown away. I remember playing it. I remember playing like the Mario 64 game that came out, that came with the console. Completely blew me away. And yeah, fond memories going back 24 years now of this game. And I will never not be amazed by the fact, Oscar, that I can play this on a live stream 24 years later with relatively no hiccups or bugs or anything. The only thing that ever gives me issue in this game, man, is when I try to minimize, there's a 50-50 chance that it will crash. The game will crash. That's legitimately the only source of any headache with this game, playing it on a PC 24 years later. That's crazy to me. Also blows me away that I can stream it. I mean, 24 years. That's just mind-blowing to me. Nuts. But yeah, fond memories, man. Fond memories. This is the game, the Star Wars game, that I have more memories of than any other. By far. By far. And, yeah. Probably the next would be, well, definitely, obviously, Star Wars Galaxies. But then probably like Super Star Wars on the Super Nintendo or Super The Empire Strikes Back. Those two games I played a lot of. They were so hard. So much so that, like, I still have them, and I still have my original, my Super Nintendo. And I've tried to play them recently. By recently, I mean like maybe 2-3 years ago. And I sit back and I'm like, how the hell did my like 5-6-year-old self, there's no way that I could have gotten through any of these levels. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Those are really hard games. Like, so hard. All right, here we go. Speaking of hard and difficult, this is the only boss in the game that kind of gives me problems. Just because you got to be pretty precise. And oh, and I died on my own. I died on my own. Fett sucks as a boss. Sucks as a boss. I mean, he's not that difficult. You just kind of, you got a lot of lives, right? And if you die, whatever. And you just rattle off a ton of Seekers. Oh, he's not getting hurt. Do I have to hit his back? I can't remember. Or I think I have to hit his guns. if I remember correctly. Yeah, I have to hit his guns. Okay. Just toe to toe with Slave 1 here. Alright, running. Get that health. Oh no! What was that? Oh, that was 100 health. Okay. Oh, Seeker's up top there. Get these Seekers. I probably could have beat him by now, right? Without having to worry about all this crap. Oh, I got him. Alright. I thought I had to hit his guns. Oh well. Bingo. Nice. Cool, guys. Let's see. You love these graphics. Yeah, man, it's kind of funny. Play a game like this. A lot of games you play that came out 24 years ago, they look like ass, right? This is a great kind of N64 to PC port. It's really well done, and not only that, it kind of looks stylized. You know, it looks old, sure, but it kind of looks stylized. Same with like Knights of the Old Republic. It looks stylized in a way. Yes, it's old graphics. Yes, it was hampered by the time, but this game and that game kind of have a stylized look to them where they almost feel timeless. They're, you know, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Man. All right, so I'm trying to think. That is all for Shadows of the Empire Sunday. I said I was going to do an hour stream, and that was about an hour and 7 minutes or so. So, yeah, let me think. Tonight I'm not streaming, obviously, Super Bowl. And then Monday, I'm going to be waking up at 4 and trying to finish a couple videos. Then I'm going to try to stream every night of the week on that next week. That's my goal. If you guys have any game suggestions, I'm all ears. I'm probably going to throw a game or two in there. I believe the new Battlefront update comes out tomorrow. I could be wrong. Do you guys know? Let me know. I'm sure you guys know, but if that's the case, I'll play that tomorrow night for a stream. Let's see. And then through the week, I'll probably just do Lightspeed Lounges. Here, let me quit out of here. And then we can, let's just throw a Lightspeed Lounge up real quick. So yeah, throughout the rest of the week, I'm going to try to get a couple videos out. I'm definitely going to be streaming quite a bit. Yeah. What else? That's about it. Oh, Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the channel support, man. Despite being chained to the film's plot, Episode 1 had RPG elements. As Obi-Wan, you can use a lightsaber blaster, thermal detonator, and shield. I'm going to have to look this game up. I don't have, obviously, any memory of it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so PS1 Episode 1 game. Let's see what comes up. Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace came out in 1999. The Phantom Menace is an epic space fantasy action adventure role-playing video game released by LucasArts based on the Sybil blah 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 blah. Okay. So whoa. Oscar, dude. I have played this. Weird. Oh my god, man. I just got, you know how you completely forgot something existed? I'm looking at these screenshots. I know for a fact I've played this. It must have been at a friend's house. I like I said, I didn't have a PS1. Whoa, this is crazy. Is that the only console that it came out on? Platform Microsoft Windows. Maybe I had it on the PC. PC version came out in 99 as well. Okay. I'm looking at the screenshots. I have like just got hit with crazy memories of droidicas and shields and stuff like that. I know for a fact I've played this before. Wow. I don't think I played much of it, but yes, I have played this. And it's kind of blowing me away right now scrolling through these screenshots. Wow. Is this available on Steam? Let me look. Oscar, if so, I'm going to have to buy it. Let's see. No, I remember playing this. No, it's not on Steam. Let's see. Star Wars Episode 1 PC game. Let's see. It's on Amazon. What? PlayOldGames.com. You can buy it for $7. What? Installation. So in business for not compatible with 64-bit versions of Windows. That's a big bummer. I'm sure there's a way around that. Episode 1 Racer. GOG. Okay. Good Old Games has it. Cool to see it here. Overview. Is it available on GOG? No. That's a forum post. Oh, deception. Episode 1 Racer. Huh. Okay. I apologize for being super long-winded here. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Yep. I have memories of playing this. And it's kind of blowing me away right now, Oscar. But yeah, I appreciate you. Here's a link to it. Download demo, buy game. You can buy the game on Amazon. See all buying options. Let's see what this is all about. So, used good, $10, $7. People are selling the PC version. Probably would have some issues, right, on a modern PC. I wonder if somebody has a PS1 that I could just buy. Let's go to Craigslist. PlayStation 1. Let's see if anybody's selling a PlayStation 1 in my area. I doubt it. PlayStation console. Oh, here's one. $125. Could almost buy my own speeder for that. Interesting. I'm kind of blown away right now. Anyway, Oscar, I appreciate that. And I'm going to do a little bit of investigating. It looks like some people have it. There's some like, I don't know, websites that have old games on them that are kind of lost, like you said, that I might be able to finagle and try to figure out how to get it. But interesting. Kind of blew my mind right there, Oscar. What a weird feeling. It's like an inexplicable feeling. No, I never played that. I never played it. But then I look at it. I look at screenshots. I'm like, holy shit, I remember playing this. Crazy. Looks fun. But yeah, if I'm able to get it, I will no question be able to... I'll try to stream it for sure. But yeah, I appreciate that, Oscar. Nope, it's a lost game along with OG Trilogy. Along with the OG theatrical cuts. But yeah, Oscar, I appreciate you kind of blowing my mind this afternoon. And I'm going to do my damnedest to see if I can figure out how to play this and find a copy. And that would be a really fun one to stream for sure. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. And Caleb Kim, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Super excited to say I'm working on a video again. Nice. It's a good feeling, right? Having a little project to kick into gear. Having something to put some creativity in. Yeah, man, when you're done with it, feel free to especially blast it to the guys on Discord. I'm sure they'd be interested in seeing what you're playing, or what you're making rather. I'm pulling off the calendar. My wife got me a Star Wars desktop calendar, and I'm pulling off 3 sheets from Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that I forgot to pull off. Today's is the Bowcaster. The Bowcaster. Wookiees have long chosen the Bowcaster, a handcrafted bow that mixes ancient blah 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 blah. What's tomorrow's? Tomorrow's is the ATST. Nice. Okay. But yeah, nice, Caleb. That's it's always fun to kind of have a project to make and research and pour your creativity into. But yeah, that's awesome, man. And when it's done, feel free to fire it over. I'll check it out. But I appreciate that this afternoon, Caleb. And yeah, Saif, I'm gonna probably end up making a video about all that, the concept art and the Colin stuff and the script and Duel of Fates. I don't know anything about it. I haven't really looked into it other than just people sharing a few things on Twitter. So I haven't really done a good dive into it, to use an overused term, a deep dive into it. But that is definitely going to be a video topic soon. So anyway, I appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'm going to jet. My daughter is down for a nap. I'm going to throw some of those little mini hot dogs into a crock pot with some barbecue sauce. Get those heating up. Have them on all day and all night while we watch the Super Bowl. I'm craving them. Title card is already on my Twitter and shared on Discord. LOL. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, that's a good place to especially Discord, you know. Put it out there. Share it with the guys, and they'll give you creative feedback and whatnot. But yeah, enjoy it. Making videos is fun. It's a fun creative outlet for sure. But yeah. All right, guys. Oh, this is a good song. This is the intro song to all my Lightspeed loungers. Let's outro this Shadows of the Empire stream with it. Sound good? All right, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, what's left of it. Enjoy the Super Bowl for those of you who are into it. And I will catch you all on the flip side. I'm trying to think. Next stream will be tomorrow night. So I will see some of you guys then. If I don't see you then, I'll see you when I see you. Cool? All right. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, wherever the hell you are on this planet that we call Earth, and I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!